This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We will have those stories in just a few minutes, but first we are keeping an eye on the forecast for a chance for some significant snow.
Now, this would be Madison's first real accumulating snowfall of the season that could stick around for more than just a few hours. In preparation, snowplow drivers in Madison are gearing up for what could be a relatively big job, but a couple of things are changing because of the pandemic. The street division spokesperson says since the Madison School District is holding in-person schooling, is not holding in-person schooling right now, drivers won't need to focus on salting and plowing roads around schools, meaning other streets will get more attention.
Getting a live look outside over downtown Madison. In about 24 hours, this shot could look very different. Let's go to meteorologist Chris Reese with a look at your first warn forecast from the backyard patio. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Charlotte and Eric. We do have the alert days in the forecast for tomorrow night and into Saturday morning. That's when that round of snow comes through, and it's not going to be a light, fluffy snow. It's going to be a heavy, wet snow. I did a Facebook Live earlier, 8 o'clock, and that was one of the big questions that came through. Temperatures are going to be marginal, right around that freezing point, which means the snow is going to have a lot of water content to it. Here's the storm as it stands right now over the desert southwest and towards the Rockies that is already making its northeastward jog towards the upper Midwest as it stands. Here's Future Track showing what would likely start as rain transitioning over to a period of snow, and that snow could be heavy at times. By the way, I've seen a little bit of a shift in the model data since the early afternoon shows, and between now, this means I am currently updating the snowfall outlook as it stands. I'll have that ready for us in just a few minutes.
Chris, thank you. As the snow moves in, be sure to download our free channel3000.com First Warn weather and traffic app. It is all your local forecast and interactive radars, all for free on your phone. All you have to do is search Channel 3000 Weather in your app store. The arrival of cold weather makes the push to shelter people without permanent homes even more important.
But in many ways, the pandemic is already making that more complicated. Madeline O'Neill joins us from Olin Park to explain how it's also helping push along some new solutions. Maddie?
As you can see, I'm actually here at home, lucky to be out of the cold. Most of us are lucky to have a place to stay that's warm, but imagine having to stay out every night in this cold weather. Both the winter weather and pandemic are pushing local leaders to find new solutions to a problem that's been around for a while.
It just seems like just a tiny thing that we can do.
Tiny houses.
They do have a heater, they have lights, they have electricity.
Tackling a large need.
You see the struggles that people are going through. You can't help but do it.
This week, Occupy Madison co-president Brenda Conkle says about 11 people will be off the streets, moved into the 60-square-foot buildings, becoming part of a community on the north side at the old Wiggy's Bar property.
They help build their tiny houses, they help participate in the community, and they do the work around here. It really is not people doing it for them, it's doing it with them.
The Tiny Houses project is part of a bigger picture in the Madison area.
It's really a joint effort.
Jim O'Keefe, Community Development Director for the City of Madison, says since September, the number of unsheltered people in Madison has been cut in half to about 100. And to lower it even further, the city and its partners are getting creative during the pandemic.
We threw the box out a long time ago now. Now we're working outside the box is gone.
That means putting families up in hotels, something the Salvation Army is doing for the first time because of the pandemic, which Operations and Development Director Steve Hex says is bringing on a much greater need for their services.
Yeah, it's a lot more.
O'Keefe says if there's a small silver lining in the pandemic, it's that it's brought to light everything available shelter space throughout the area just can't offer.
I think we're on the track to providing much better long-term permanent shelter solutions.
Conkle offers a silver lining herself.
I think the pandemic brought a lot of resources to our community, but it also exposed a lot of gaps in our systems.
Gaps she's helping fill as Occupy Madison works to complete 28 houses, knowing that even tiny efforts can add up to something big.
It's happening at lightning speed, and it's happening because of all the community support.
Next week, a temporary men's shelter will open in the city's Fleet Services building. Now, despite the pandemic, the Salvation Army still has its Red Kettle campaign going on. More important than ever, we have information on how you can help with all of these efforts on our website.
Maddie, thank you. New details tonight about the 115th fighter pilot whose plane crashed in the Upper Peninsula Tuesday night. Today, we learned that pilot has died and has not yet been identified. The 115th says it was conducting routine training when the Truax-based F-16 Fighting Falcon went down in the Hiawatha National Forest in Delta County, Michigan. First responders and the military spent all day yesterday searching for the pilot in the remote woods. As for what caused the crash, that is still under investigation. 115th Fighter Wing Commander Colonel Bart Van Roo says today is a day for mourning, and the 115th Fighter Wing, along with the entire Wisconsin National Guard, stands with the pilot's family as we grieve the loss of a great airman and patriot.
There were 48 new COVID-19 related deaths in Wisconsin today, as well as 160 additional hospitalizations. State health officials confirm more than 4,000 new cases. The 7-day positivity rate has been declining this week and now sits just below 29%. And the Wisconsin Department of Corrections says a total of 19 inmates have now died of COVID-19 in the prison system. That's up from 14 last week. The number of positive tests also has increased. As of yesterday, the DOC reported nearly 9,500 positive results, with more than 1,100 of them still being active. Those numbers do not include prison staff.
The director of Public Health Madison and Dane County shared a bit of good news today in their weekly press conference. She says while case activity in Dane County remains high, it is plateauing, currently at a 7-day average of 250 new cases per day.
The number of new COVID-19 infections throughout Dane County has been statistically stable in the last 2 weeks. This means that after the decrease that started about 2 weeks ago, we have plateaued at a high level.
A good sign. Workers at the Alliant Energy Center say it has been the quietest they've seen things in quite some time. On Tuesday, just about 1,900 people came through, and yesterday, just 1,200. So about half of what they have been seeing. But it's not just new tests that are down. Dr. Jeff Pothoff from UW Health says across the state, hospitalizations for COVID-19 are beginning to decline.
So the optimist in me wants to say, you know, how great would it be if people took our message to heart and didn't gather for Thanksgiving?
And despite testing being down across the board, we continue to see a high percentage of positive tests. Pothoff says this could be the best indicator, if any, that the problem isn't necessarily going away.
The first coronavirus vaccine in the U.S. is on the verge now of being approved for emergency use. A group of experts endorsed the one made by Pfizer today. All that remains now is for the FDA to sign off on it. Skylar Henry reports from Silver Spring, Maryland.
But also no data.
An FDA advisory panel voted Thursday to recommend an emergency use authorization for Pfizer's new coronavirus vaccine.
So we do have a favorable vote.
The final tally was 17 in favor, 4 opposed, and 1 abstaining. The FDA is expecting to follow the panel's guidance and has promised to act quickly. And it will trigger one of the biggest public health projects in U.S. history.
Within 24 to 48 hours from that advisory committee decision, we will actually have shots in arms.
Developing an effective vaccine in record time was a challenge. Delivering it may be an even bigger one.
We know we're going to get enough for everyone, but obviously we won't have enough for everyone on the very first shipment.
Pfizer is ramping up production to meet the demand for the vaccine. The federal government plans to supply it to states based on population. Hospitals and pharmacies are scrambling to prepare, installing special freezers needed to keep the medicine at 94 degrees below zero.
The FDA's decision on the vaccine comes as the U.S. continues to set records in COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations, and deaths.
Many experts have expressed hope that this will mark the beginning of the end of the pandemic.
I cannot roll up my sleeve fast enough to get this vaccination.
The FDA's vaccine panel will next weigh in on the one made by Moderna. It's also on track for public release by the end of the year. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Silver Spring, Maryland.
Now, 2 of today's no votes were from panel members concerned about giving the vaccine to 16 and 17-year-olds. One telling the Washington Post he would have enthusiastically voted yes if the authorization had been restricted to those 18 and older.
A spokesperson for UW Health says we could start to see the first round of vaccines arrive in Madison early next week, and it may even be earlier. Right now, local healthcare providers are still working through some of the particulars.
There are a lot of the specific details that needed to be hammered out today and will continue to be hammered out in the coming days before we're actually giving vaccine. So I think those are important. They're not just mere formalities. Those are issues that are really relevant. But, we were expecting this, over a period of time.
He says when the vaccines do arrive, they are expecting several thousand doses at first, but it is still unclear how many will be distributed across the South Central region. Another Hollywood celebrity has COVID-19. Comedian and talk show host Ellen DeGeneres announced her diagnosis on Twitter today. She says she currently feels fine and is following CDC guidelines. Everyone who came into contact with her is being notified. Her talk show has been filming since September. There's no word on how the diagnosis will affect the show.
And still to come tonight, your updated First Warn forecast. When we can expect to see that snow start falling tomorrow. Plus, a pair of election lawsuits continue in Wisconsin as the president-elect announced more administration appointments. That's ahead. Stay with us.
A way to make joy America, so it's time to get to it. And with the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event, we're here to help. We're giving you the best deals of the season on the adventure-ready Ford Ranger and the Built Ford Tough Ford F-150 to help you make some extra joy this year. Because this season will be as bright as ever. Ford, built for the holidays. Get $9,522 in total savings on F-150 XLT, plus $1,000 trade assist during the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event.
Here's a secret worth sharing. Robertson, Wisconsin's aesthetic leader, is making it easier to tackle pesky frown lines. It's a Botox BOGO for anyone new to this service. There is no better time to learn how Botox is different at Robertson.
Although Christmas is just around the corner, don't worry. Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Christmas sale is going on now. Shop low prices on a huge selection of great gifts for everyone on your list. Like $4 off work and sport knit hats, just $4.99. Save $200 on this DeWalt miter saw. Hickory Farms gift packs start at just $7.99. Plus, now through Saturday, rewards members get a $10 Farm and Fleet gift card for every $100 spent. Shop great gifts for everyone on your list during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Christmas sale. Going on now.
I was just sitting for dinner when my phone buzzed. My mother says, "You never call your mother." And I'm like, "I've had a lot on my plate." And she goes, "Speaking of plates, are you eating better?" And I'm like, "I'm just having grilled chicken and broccoli from Quick Trip." I discovered take-home meals that their super cute cashier Ashley would tell you are freshly made and absolutely delicious. And Mom's like, "Ashley?" And I'm like, "Gotta go, call you soon." Mom never misses a beat.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
For over 86 years, you have made Steinhafels part of your family, and we would like to say thank you. With 35 to 50% off and great deals on the largest selection of furniture at the guaranteed lowest prices. Like this cocktail table, $4.59, and this sofa, only $4.99. This queen bed, just $7.49, or this dining table, $7.99. Get a Beauty Rest Silver Queen for the price of a twin. It's Steinhafels Customer Appreciation Sale, the sale that's all about you.
This holiday season, support our local businesses by using the Madison Magazine online Shop Local Holiday Gift Guide. Find the perfect gift locally with unique clothing, discounted gift cards, home decor, books, and more. Find it on MadisonMagazine.com today.
Hey folks, Friday morning is an alert day. Hattie will time out the snow and just how much we could get.
And we're checking in with local doctors on whether there's space in our hospitals if you or your loved one gets sick. We'll see you Friday morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Firefighters battled a massive 4-alarm blaze. This was at a commercial building on Chicago's west side this morning. The Assistant Deputy Chicago Fire Commissioner for Operations said the primary building signage indicated it was an auto body parts store. The people in the building were able to get themselves out. One person was taken out in good condition with no fire-related or life-threatening injuries reported. A UW-Madison employee who drove his motorcycle through a group of protesters more than a month ago is now out of a job. Rich Yeager, a senior power plant operator on campus, was caught on video riding his Trump-stickered motorcycle through a group of protesters along the Capitol Square. But according to the Wisconsin State Journal, he does not think that's the reason he was fired. Yeager posted a 10-minute video on Facebook saying he was wrongfully terminated and that he plans to get legal help. At the end of that video, he zooms in on his motorcycle and says, quote, "This machine kills fascists."
The legal challenge over Wisconsin's election results continues. Today, lawyers for President Trump were at 2 different hearings in both state and federal court, again trying to change the outcome of the election. In an argument today, the federal judge said siding with Trump would be, quote, the most remarkable ruling in the history of the court. Trump's lawyers want the state to throw out more than 220,000 ballots, asking the judge to declare the election void. Both cases will continue tomorrow morning.
President-elect Joe Biden has announced several more nominees to his incoming administration. He'll take the stage to formally introduce them tomorrow. At the White House, President Trump met with a group of GOP state attorneys general as he continues his bid to overthrow the election results. Natalie Brand reports from Wilmington, Delaware.
President-elect Joe Biden is officially naming several more cabinet picks. They include 3 who previously served in the Obama administration, with former Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack again nominated for that post, former White House Chief of Staff Dennis McDonough for Veterans Affairs Secretary, and former UN Ambassador Susan Rice leading the Domestic Policy Council, a role that does not require Senate approval. The president-elect has chosen the House Ways and Means Committee's Chief Trade Counsel Katherine Tai for U.S. Trade Representative, while members of the Congressional Black Caucus are praising the selection of former Chair Ohio Congresswoman Marcia Fudge as HUD Secretary.
There's a lot of talent within the House Democratic Caucus. It's no surprise that several members may be considered for opportunities within the Biden administration.
As the transition speeds ahead, President-elect Biden is also dealing with fallout after his son Hunter Biden revealed he's under a federal tax investigation which began in 2018.
A reaction to the news of the investigation of your son Hunter.
Incoming First Lady Jill Biden ignored questions while assembling care packages for troops overseas with Defense Secretary nominee Lloyd Austin. At the White House, President Trump held a pre-planned private lunch with a group of Republican state attorneys general, including Ken Paxton of Texas. He's filed a lawsuit asking the U.S. Supreme Court to block several states from casting their electoral votes for President-elect Biden on Monday. 17 other state AGs have signed on to that case. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Wilmington, Delaware.
CBS News has confirmed that more than 100 Republican members of Congress have signed an amicus brief in support of the Texas lawsuit. Just one is from Wisconsin. That would be 7th District Congressman Tom Tiffany. A group of 23 Democratic state AGs have filed a brief in opposition, calling on the Supreme Court to reject that case.
The U.S. military marked a milestone today. The first group of Space Force enlistees graduated today in San Antonio. Alongside hundreds of Air Force graduates, 7 young Americans made history as the first U.S. Space Force graduates. The branch plans to protect U.S. satellites, monitor space activity, and conduct any defense or war-fighting operations the military deems essential. And here's meteorologist Chris Reese, who's keeping a close eye on the forecast.
Yeah, the storm system in question as we move into the weekend is starting to come together on the eastern side of the Rockies right now. Brought rain to Arizona for the first time in over 110 days for them. Now we're starting to see the snowflakes fly throughout the eastern side of the Rockies. Already the cloud cover is moving in that is associated with the system. And one thing we've noticed is that it's just a smidge farther north than initially anticipated. That's one of the trends that we noticed in the model data that came in between now and early on this afternoon. And one of the other trends is for a little bit of a stronger storm. Still, we have a front pushing towards the south and east right now. Still, that front is expected to slow down, and still our storm system is going to ride along to that front. But here is what has changed. We're now seeing the potential for some heavier snow right around dinner time in the evening rush hour into tomorrow. Still, some dry air is going to keep a very sharp cutoff on the north and western edge. However, it's now possible that the back wraparound edge of snow could move through the area as well before the drier air truly takes over. Still, there's plenty of time to fine-tune the details, but I want to show you just what has happened with the model runs. This is one, and it's the most extreme. I'm showing it just for the sake of the model being dramatic. This model is known as being a drama queen, but nonetheless, it upped the snow totals that we have for into tomorrow. Some of the other models, much less dramatic, but even still, they've upped the snow totals from showing 2 to 4 inches of snow to now 4 to 6 inches of snowfall in some spots. And here's some of the models from earlier today that were showing maybe 1 to 2 inches. Well, they've now gone up to about 2 to 4 inches for southern western and eastern parts of the state. We've also seen just a slight northern shift on that northwestern edge as well. That being said, yes, I did make some changes to the snowfall map. You're just going to have to wait a couple more seconds before I show that to you. Let's take you hour by hour. Temperatures are already below freezing as well. Tomorrow will likely warm up to about 38. That rain moves in. It transitions over to a period of some snow. That snow likely lingers around throughout the early afternoon on Saturday. By Saturday afternoon and evening, that begins to taper onto some flurries as temperatures come down into the 20s. But I want to show you the visibility. This is 6:30. Visibility is down to about half a mile. If you're driving at this point, even if the snow is not exactly on the road, it could be difficult to see. Again, that is if the way the models have picked things up this afternoon actually comes to fruition tomorrow. But more and more of the model data is coming aligned to this idea as we get closer to this storm. Still half a mile visibility towards 10 o'clock tomorrow, potentially going down to 0 at times overnight and throughout the early morning on Saturday before we finally begin to see things wind down. Here's the latest snowfall map. I bumped us up from 2 to 4 in Madison to 3 to 6. I'm highlighting an axis from about Platteville all the way through Madison towards Sheboygan. That is where I believe the heaviest axis of snow is going to fall. For the past couple of days, this has been the zone that's likely to get the heaviest snow. Still 2 to 4 on the northern edge, but I'm still expecting a sharp cutoff. I did push this northern edge just northwest, just a little bit, but still once you get towards the Dells, the uncertainty is high. Another place the uncertainty is high is down towards the south and east. Rain is going to mix in with this, and given a stronger storm that is just a tad bit further north, you could hold on to that rain just a little longer. So I've left you into a trace to 4 inches south and east of Madison. I've upped you to 3 to 6 inches in the Madison metro, and then back towards the southwest and again towards the north and east. 33 with the alert day on Saturday, 30 stick around really throughout the rest of the 10-day forecast. But these temperatures, they're still above average because at this point our average high is starting to go down into the upper 20s. We'll see another chance for some flurries next Tuesday and Wednesday.
Did I hear you right? You called the computer model a drama queen?
The computer model's a drama queen.
That one just kind of overhypes
that
it a
showed the 14 to 15 inches. It's a known drama queen. It overdoes the snow amounts every time. But we watch it.
I like you call it like it is, Chris. I appreciate that. Thank you. Still ahead, Charlotte will brag about Mariners' top baby names of 2020. Plus a new Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor honoring Colin Kaepernick. It's just ahead. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Toyotathon is... Oh, wait. Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Lease a new 2021 RAV4 for $209 a month with $500 lease bonus cash included.
That's a wrap.
Toyota. Let's go places.
At Papa Murphy's, we make fresh pizza that you bake at home. Because home is where the cozy is. Home is where the fun is. Home is where the together is. And home is where the yum is. Because when you taste a fresh-made, home-baked pizza, you won't want to be anywhere else. Right now, get the chicken garlic pizza with chicken, herbs and cheese, and creamy garlic sauce for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Did you know that Geico's whole 15 minutes thing, that came from me? Really? My first idea was, in 1/4 of an hour, your savings will tower. Over you, figuratively speaking. But that's not catchy, is it? That's not going to swim about in your brain. So I thought, what about 15 minutes, 15%? Serendipity.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
protect what's important to you from COVID-19, you help protect everyone in Wisconsin. Learn how you can stop the spread at dhs.wisconsin.gov/COVID-19.
Get more for your kitchen now at the Brothers Maine Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale. We want you to absolutely love your new kitchen, so you'll get big, big savings on the latest incredible products from GE and our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. We want you to be 100% satisfied every time. That's why we're the More Store. The Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale with more selection, more savings, and more kitchen. Now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Toyotathon is... Oh, wait. Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Lease a new 2021 RAV4 for $209 a month with $500 lease bonus cash included.
That's a wrap.
Toyota, let's go places.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. In only about 1 year, the streaming service Disney Plus says it now has more than 86 million subscribers. The company announced the achievement during its virtual investor day today. Disney Plus costs about $7 a month and brings together brands like Marvel, Pixar, and Star Wars. Check this out. Samsung is set to roll out a new 110-inch micro LED TV. The company announced it began taking pre-orders for the high-tech wall television in South Korea today. It will launch globally sometime in the first quarter of 2021. This TV has an embedded Majestic sound system that's supposed to deliver 5.1 channel sound with no external speaker. As for the picture quality, Samsung says it used millions of tiny LEDs to create stunning, lifelike colors and accurate brightness. But the company is not revealing the price just yet.
I'm sure it'll be affordable. Sidelined NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick getting his own ice cream now. This is courtesy of Ben & Jerry's. Today, the ice cream brand unveiled its new Change the World vegan ice cream. It's made with caramel, non-dairy sunflower butter and fudge chips with graham crackers and chocolate cookies swirled in. The company said it created the flavor to celebrate Kaepernick's courageous work to confront systemic oppression and to stop police violence against black and brown people. Wall Street's bronze Fearless Girl statue is getting a holiday makeover. She's positioned so that she stares down the New York Stock Exchange, and now she's standing up for those in need with this Salvation Army uniform. The outfit even has a mask and a miniature red kettle, but she does have a human bell ringer.
All right, best story here. Unity Point Health Meritor tallied a list of the most popular baby names in 2020, and they say it is nearly a repeat for last year. This is a look at the top girl names. Charlotte, it is not Char, it is Charlotte. That tops the list for a second straight year, followed by Isabel and variations of Lillian. For the third straight year, Jack or Jackson held steady for the top boy name, followed by William and Henry. The hospital says nearly 4,500 babies were born there this year. We'll be right back.
It's no secret, Robertson is Wisconsin's aesthetic leader. But with results this natural, patients can keep it a secret if they want. Our secret to the best skin of your life, HydraFacials. Book a free consultation to learn how HydraFacials are different at Robertson.
Real customers are experiencing a real difference with Spectrum Internet and TV.
The speed is insane. It's always right there. Just boom.
It was easy to connect all of my devices, and I was able to find a plan that was affordable for me.
I'm saving money, and I'm even getting more speed.
Get the speed you need to do all the things you love on all your devices with Spectrum Internet, delivering the fastest starting speeds for the price. 200 megabits. Switch now for $44.99 a month. Call 833-918-4499.
With Spectrum TV, the picture quality is incredible. I feel like I'm in the movie.
The amount of stuff available on Spectrum On Demand is just never ending.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go. All from $44.99 a month. Call 833-918-4499.
Spectrum gives me the best deal no matter what.
Every day I'm saving money.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Ask about our easy self-install options to install your new services yourself. Call 833-918-4499.
You okay, Mom?
Physical therapy might be a good idea for her.
Hey, Alice. Dean's got you covered.
This was a great plan, Grandma.
life with a plan for every moment. Dean Health Plan.
Introducing the best gift idea ever. Give a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership. They'll get fuel savings every time they shop. Plus, our Redline premium service, HOTLINE. Plus, free online delivery and free express pickup. Plus, a personal online shopper. Plus, exclusive offers every month like a free bouquet. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus really does equal more. Make someone's Christmas with a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
A gift when he sees one. Ford, built for the holidays.
Get 0 for 66 financing plus 1,000 Flex by Cash and 2,000 Trade Assist on Escape during the Ford Built for the Holiday sales event.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
All right, final check with Chris as to what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, rain may break out around 1 or 2, but then we'll see things start to mix with snow, probably around 3 or 4, going over to all snow by 5 or 6. Temperatures drop down below freezing, will only top out around 33 on Saturday. It's going to be a heavy wet snow in Madison. I've upped the forecast to about 3 to 6 inches, but a trace to 4 inches as you work your way down southeast.
All right, Shar, you better get ready for that snow tomorrow. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, Eric. We'll see you tomorrow.